In this tutorial, we're going to implement an API at /topics/some ID, and we're going to have the API return only the topic that is requested. So how do we do this in Spring MVC? First, we need to write a method which you need to execute when that URL is accessed. And secondly, you need to put the request mapping annotation on that method. All right. Now, how do I do that? First, let me create the method. Let's say public. This is something that returns one topic. And this is going to be a method called getTopic, and this accepts an ID because we are looking up one ID only, right? So there's a request that comes and says, hey, get me the topic Spring, and you're going to get just that one topic. So you basically have some kind of an input parameter, which is a string, which is that topic ID. How do we get this from the request? We'll look at that in a little bit, but the idea is this method can accept that argument that you're going to get from that URL. And then what you do is you call a method on the business service and pull up that particular topic. Now, we don't have that method in the business service, so let's implement that first. I'm going to have a public topic get topic, which again takes in a string ID, and then it returns the item from this list which has the topic that matches this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the topics list, get the stream so that I can filter by the ID. So what I'm going to get is given a topic. I'm going to write a lambda expression here, which is that given a topic, I want to compare the ID of that topic to the ID that's passed in, right? So this is going to be the filter lambda expression. And for each topic, I'm going to check if t.getID equals the ID that passed in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the find first option so that I can get the very first topic element. And then I'm going to do a .get so that I get the topic instance. And now I can just do a return. If you're not familiar with lambdas and this way of handling streams, don't worry too much about it. Just think of this as a way for you to iterate over this list of topics and match the ID that's passed in with that, and then just return the topic. This is just a more elegant way of doing this using streams and lambda expressions. All right, so that's the topic service. And now here I can just do a return topic service .get topic of ID. Well, this is all that this controller has to do. But now the question is, how do you map this method to be called when the /topics/ID is accessed? And then how do you map the ID part to this ID that needs to be passed into this method? For example, if /topics/Java is passed in, you want Spring to pass that Java portion to this ID parameter, all right? Now let's say I just do this at request mapping /topics/Java. Well, this would not work because this is going to map only Java. I can change this to Spring and it is going to match only Spring. Now, what I want is to somehow tell the Spring MVC framework that this is a variable part. The way to tell that it's a variable part is by using the syntax, which is the curly braces, and then you can give a token here, which is ID. All right, I can give any name over here, it doesn't matter. Now, just by doing this, I'm telling Spring that this is a variable portion. So if I were to make /topics/java-e, Spring is going to match it. /topics/foo, it's going to match it because it knows that this is a variable portion. What I now need to tell Spring is when it matches this, whatever that variable portion is, I want Spring to send that to this method argument when it calls the get topic, when the request is accessed, when this URL is accessed. Now, how do I tell Spring that this is what this is? In order to do that, I use another annotation, and that annotation is path variable. I'm basically telling Spring that this, whatever I'm expecting as an argument here, is actually a variable in the path, right? This is the path, and I told you this is the variable portion. Get that thing and pass it to me. That's basically what this tells Spring. So again, I can import this from web bind annotation, and this maps this to this. And the reason this works in this case is because the name is the same. Now let's say I call this as foo, then the name is not the same. Well, how would Spring know? Well, there's a way you can pass this as an argument. in the annotation. If I were to say foo is what I need, so basically whatever is the path variable at foo, pass this in the ID parameter, right? So this maps this to this, but this is usually not recommended. When you can, it's recommended to just have the same name so that Spring doesn't need that extra help and it automatically figures that out. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to run this, and when I access /topics/Spring, for example, the Spring MVC framework is going to match this variable, which is Spring, to this ID, and it's going to call this method getTopic. And now that Spring string is going to get into this method. You're going to call getTopic with that value being passed in. And now this is going to run the filter on this array, and it's going to pick that one topic object, and it's going to return that. And now the controller is going to return that one topic object back because that's what it returns. And the Spring MVC framework is going to convert that to JSON and return it in the response. Let's verify that. So I'm going to access topics/Spring. And now there you go. You get the actual record only. And now I can change it to Java, for instance, and I'm going to get the Java object back. So basically this is the parameter which is being sent to the Spring Boot application, and it's handling that unique object that's alone returned when the response is sent back.